Happy Tuesday. Glad that we are here in Satsang. Um, Today, one of the core things that Guru Maharaj believed in, um, you know, it's like we don't have to go into, monastery or give our life into church for service, or we have to, go to the Himalayas or a monastery, or, you know, instead uh, bring spirituality to where you are. Um, Same life, but deeper attention, orientation, connection, presence, and that should change the way you are, where you are. So, you know, this spiritual path does not require us to live the life the way we're leading. It asks us to live the same life with deeper connection, attention, orientation, and you know, in that process, that approach or that practice um, becomes higher and higher priority. And as that happens, we actually almost um, we just tend to stay at higher states, um, and that's what I saw in the leaders of satsang. So typically I don't know, it's that we have been taught this or we have learned this in some way, shape, or form, that when my responsibilities reduce, when work becomes less demanding, when life becomes quieter, uh, and then I will pursue the spiritual path. Um, Guru Maharaj said, begin exactly where you are. Not after you solve this and you solve that and you achieve this and achieve that. Um, and just begin. Our family, our work, relationships, responsibilities, even our struggles should not be, and they are not, obstacles to spiritual growth. When lived with awareness, honesty, humility, remembrance, presence, they become the field of practice itself. So, we are not, you know, in the Himalayas, in the caves, in the monasteries. We're living in homes. You know, there is work, there's family, there's caring for others, making decisions, um, and there are responsibilities. So the question is not how do I escape all this to find peace? The question is how do I remain connected to inner peace while living, fully, uh, in so wherever whatever responsibilities are that continue, but then slowly we grow this practice, integrate this practice in our daily life. And Guru Maharaj's writing and what he demonstrated and what he talked about a lot was initially just take 1 hour out, but that 1 hour, should be void of all the other baggage that we are carrying. And that is how you start this transformation. Half an hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening, or he didn't even specify a specific time, knowing that we have so much, you know, in terms of what would take our time. So flexibility um, is built into the system. So he did not ask ordinary people to abandon the world. He showed the divine can be discovered while living in the world. And so far as we can learn to shift our attention inward, and that's just through the practice that we will do shortly. Um, outer life may remain pretty much the same. The inner relationship to life begins to change. So the same work can be done with stress, with ego, with comparison, with restlessness, and the same work can be done with sincerity, steadiness, service, and surrender. The same family responsibilities can feel like burden, or they can become opportunities to practice love, patience, forgiveness, and humility. So essentially, the outer structure could remain the same. And that actually, if I look at my parents who, um, in later years, so, my father taught chemistry at the university, guided students, PhD students, and all. And so for them, he was, there was no uh, demonstration of, I'm this or I'm that and I'm spiritual. None of that. It was just interacting with them, the way a professor would. But on the flip side, all his, slowly the time he spent with people, um, with the practice, uh, and traveling for events, satsang events that continued to increase. And all his retirement years, he was more busy than ever. So this path is not necessarily about changing the outer structure. You know, um, um, so same life, deeper attention, same responsibilities, deeper presence, same world, deeper connection, same challenges, deeper surrender. You know, so um, so one of the things that Guru Maharaj always uh, highlighted is that honest work in itself is spiritual practice. So, and he basically was of the opinion that, just because you're serving and just because you're, uh, trying to help people doesn't mean that you shouldn't do some work. And that honest work is, a way to staying engaged in the world, staying engaged in, you know, uh, it's. I think in his view, this was one of the most important pieces. Honest work is spiritual practice. Um, responsible living, serving without ego. I mean, that's a chapter in itself. That's a discussion in itself. Letting go of possessiveness. That is another um, deep, deep-rooted concept. And his view was that once you disentangle the possessiveness, you feel lighter. You feel uh, your spiritual practice just gets deepened just by that. Um, and then at the end of the day, returning to inner stillness, which we will do now, um, is um, so. This practice basically, starts where we are, just continues to develop this integration of the practice and whatever else we're doing. And that should enable the transformation. So it's, I think, quality versus quantity as well. So anyway, let's get into it. Let's eyes lightly closed and sit in a relaxed and still posture. So we are focusing inwards. Peace is inside. You don't have to really create it. It's just uncover it. And for that, focus inwards and then think of the presence of this transcendental energy in form of light. And that light is entering our heart, distributing throughout our body, and we are becoming one with this light. When mind wanders away, which it will naturally, once you realize that, just bring it back to this thought and this thought alone, that this transcendental energy in form of light is right here, right now, and it's entering our heart, distributing throughout our body, and we are becoming one with this light. Let's start. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Glad that we are here in Satsang. So coming Saturday, we'll host the Satsang from Brampton in Canada, near Toronto. So looking forward to that. Any thoughts, comments? So Omkar and everyone, I think for Saturday, sometimes the in-person sessions get delayed. So I think let's put some plan together.
Okay भैया.
And so anything else, Rajat, Omkar, Jeff, Ola? But today I was talking about, the talk was basically, some of the core differences in the practice. Everybody's so quiet. Rajat, anything on your end?
It makes me feel very motivated that I have been very noticeable of how the meditation works.
Yeah, I think next weekend, I think we'll be in Toronto. Looking forward to that. I think talk a little more about inner peace, which is, what we all should focus on. All right. Thank you, Jeff. So Onkar, yeah, let's be in touch. We'll discuss the logistics. Namaskar, Renuji. Namaskar, Rajat, Onkar. Bye, Jeff. Ola. Yeah. The iPhone 7 is the cryptic one.
प्रणाम भैया.
Namaskar. I thought it was you. Chaliye, namaskar. So, Rajat, any wrap-up thoughts? Oh, you can't unmute. Let me ask you. And Namaskar, Binaji.
प्रणाम
Bhaiya, it was awesome session. Thank you for everything.
प्रणाम भैया
For everything. I don't have anything to add. After such sessions,
Hard to
uh,
speak.
yes.
Yeah, anything you say is disturbs the peace. All right. Okay. Namaskar. Love, light, and peace be with you. See you on Saturday. Namaskar.